Hello. Um, Trump's been voted out of office, and that is a good thing. But I'd like to look back at how did we get Trump? What was the catalyst to get that guy, and for him to lose just barely have lost in the last election? I was trying to figure out what drove the American public to pick someone, to pick a populist president. So, look at the president who came before him, Barack Obama. I really don't have sides when it comes to politics. I just judge people on what they've done, what they're about. So I did a bit of research in the last few days, going back over his presidency, and he was absolutely terrible. He was absolutely terrible. He was, in so many ways, worse than Donald Trump. In so many ways, worse than Donald Trump. Well, it's a horrible thing to say, but because he was smarter, he should have known better. So you forgive Trump his stupidity because he's just not a very smart person. He's not bright at all. Obama, on the other hand, is a very bright, very likable person. But what an evil motherfucker he was. He did some truly terrible things. Okay, and I've written them down. If you ever want to look at hypocrisy and gaslighting, the example is Flint, Michigan, Barack Obama's drinking the water stunt. I couldn't believe it when I saw the replay on TV. I could not believe it. This guy comes out, okay, in Flint, Michigan, in America. They got huge problems with lead contamination. Lead contamination can cause it's a very, 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 very serious pollution problem. It can cause learning difficulties in children. It's a very very harmful metal to the brain. It causes. There's actually studies. People who live closer to the freeways, as you go further away from the freeway, the crime rate lessens and lessens and lessens because of the lead. Well, now they've reduced the lead from the petrol, but they could graph the crime rates along the freeway, and as it got further away from the freeway, the crime rates went down because the lead makes a person instant gratification. Me want that, me take that, me go jail. So it's a terrible, terrible thing. Anyway, he goes to Flint, Michigan, gets in front of all these people, and there was a gasp in the audience. It was an audible gasp. Can I have a glass of water? I don't normally do these stunts, but no, seriously, can I get a glass of water? People, they showed people, ha ha ha, a bit on, but when they showed the audience, they were like, oh, we're being fucking gaslit here. This guy is not taking this seriously, and he's making a joke out of our very real problem. He did nothing. He went there, drank some water, gaslit the people in Michigan, Flint, Michigan, and to this day, nothing's been done about it. I think this is his worst failure as a president. He should have let the banks fail. Too big to fail, that's ridiculous. That's not how capitalism works. Capitalism is a self-correcting thing. It is good in a way that it sorts out the weaker, the less competitive brands. They just go by the wayside. So what happened with the banks? They got in debt. They made these bad loans on houses, the mortgage crisis. Obama came in, he bailed out the banks fully, and 6.1 million, I think, 6.1 million people lost their houses, lost everything. He did nothing, not a thing to help the people, normal people. But the Wall Street bankers, they all got bailed out. And bonuses. Don't forget your bonuses, guys. That was Obama. That was the Democrat. Not the Republican Obama. That was the Democrat Obama. Bailing out the banks. So in America, I think the way it's meant to be is the Democrats for the workers, the Republicans are for the owners, the richer blokes. And Obama has just come and said, no, fuck this shit. We're for the Wall Street guys. We're fuck the little Main Street guys. No, we're going to bail out the big guys. They're too big to fail. And we're going to foreclose on all these people and they're going to lose their houses because stuff them and help Wall Street. So you know what's happened? They're not too big to fail. Nothing's too big to fail. They should have failed. They should have gone. There should be no thing. You know what's happening? It's 2020. Guess what? They're doing it again. How can the stock market be 3 times the GDP of America? How can the stock market's price worth be 3 times what their whole country's worth? That's a joke. It's a fucking joke. It's a casino. The stock market is a casino. And Obama, he's the one that let all that happen. He was responsible for the Wall Street bailout. Not the crash, the bailout. The bailout was terrible. Could have gone in and said, we own the banks now. That would have been great for the American people. No, fuck them. No, we'll pay you bonuses. And I tell you what, Barack Obama seems like a really nice guy. He's not a nice guy at all. He's a horrible, horrible person. And in a way, worse than Trump. Like I said, he's smart. He should know better. What he did, too, another thing. There's always a few things he fucking did, that prick. He weaponized the police force fully. He's the one that made them look like commandos with the super soldiers on the streets. He authorised the weaponization of the police force. He had another 100,000. He suspended habeas corpus, which is absolutely terrible. Habeas corpus has been around since the Magna Carta. I think it was since 1215. Well done, Obama. Well done, Mr. Barack Obama. You destroyed an 800-year protection for citizens. What a great guy. Habeas corpus gone under Obama. Weaponized the police under Obama. It wasn't Trump. Obama sowed the seeds for Trump. Without Obama, there couldn't have been a Trump. Oh, this is one you might remember. Oh, Trump's a racist. Trump's a racist. You know who started the Muslim ban? One guess. Our Mr. Friendly President Barack Obama. He actually is the guy who did Muslim ban, Muslim profiling. He built the cages that those kids in the border are in. He's the guy who built those cages for Honduran people leaving Honduras. He's the one that put the kids in the cages and said, if you come here, we'll take your kids off you and blah, blah, blah. Don't come here because we'll take your kids. He's the guy that did that, not Trump. Not Trump. Trump did not start the kids' cage border thing. He started the wall thing, but no. It was Obama that made the cages. Only TPP, Trans-Pacific Partnership deal, the trade deal with China, total disaster. So many jobs lost from America to slave workers in China. Well done, Barack Obama again. Here's our greenie. Here's our greenie guy coming through. He's saving the planet. He authorised Arctic drilling. So don't worry about the polar bears and the Gulf Stream global weather patterns and the we know it's a dirty business drilling oil, and there's some places you shouldn't do it. I think the Arctic, pristine, beautiful nature, I think that's one of them. But Obama says, fuck the Arctic too. That's what he said, not me. That's what Barack Obama said. Oh, yes. Just so Levi's, you could get your jeans nice and cheap. He, when I say he, his government. So he's responsible. He's the guy. So if someone did it under his watch, I'm going to say him because it's him. He's responsible. So Levi jeans made Haiti, because the Democrats are for the workers, eh? He made the jeans producers, the Levi Jeans Company, able to pay the Haitian workers $3. I don't know if that's $3 an hour, because if it's $3 a day. $3 a day. Thank you, Barack. Looking out for your fellow brown people there, eh? Not a very nice guy. So I was flabbergasted. Believe me, I thought he speaks so well. He's such a nice man, but he's really not. And the more and more I dug, the more and more, yeah. If you want a guy to give you a no spin, no bullshit, well the truth, there's a guy, Jimmy Dore. He's a comedian in America, but he does a YouTube thing. Mate, the guy, he doesn't bullshit. He's a progressive. He even fellow progressives, because he was just smashing Biden. He wasn't saying nothing about Trump. He was just smashing Biden, because Biden's he's a lame dog. Look at him. What is he? He's a 78-year-old man who can't. Like, if I had 3 hours to debate with him, maybe an hour of that would be half decent, and the other 2 he would be rambling like pony faced soldier boy, fuck whatever he said. Okay. This one is Barack Obama's personal responsibility. This is his pet peeve. He hates Julian Assange. Well, big deal. Hates the guy. So what? Well, that means he hates. You know what he hates? He hates his little dirty secrets getting out. His legacy. His 5-acre mansion in the Hamptons. Like, it's funny how you get to be a millionaire on a salary of Nancy Pelosi is another one too. She's apparently worth $100 million. How do you become worth $100 million when you're a politician on $250,000 a year? Bribes, you think? Anyway, so Barack Obama said, "Fuck you, Julian Assange." He's the guy who's really pushed for Assange's extradition to America and his bullshit for exposing Barack's war crimes, which I will get to soon. He became one of the most wanted men in the world. So there's your honest guy, Mr. Nice Guy. Yeah, maybe ain't so nice. I wrote, worst of all, he should have known better. Well, that's my thing. Worst of all is I'm going to come down harder on Obama than I'm going to come on Trump, because Trump's a fucking idiot. He's got no brain in his head, and I will forgive a dumb person because they're dumb. Okay, I'm not saying that I'm a genius, but I'm not stupid. I tend to unfortunately look down my nose at people who aren't too bright. But I don't really care. Like, it doesn't matter. But I don't want them running my country, because you got this guy. I'd rather have the dumb guy Trump blurting out, saying the quiet things out loud, than the sneaky little prick Obama, mate, planning things behind. Wait, just what else he's done? That's the Honduran kids. Okay. So America. You got rid of slavery, did you? You sure about that? Are you sure about that? America, you got rid of slavery. Are you sure? You say yes? I got a little figure that might suggest that you might be a bit misleaded. In your country, you have 2 million people in prison. 2 million. More than China, more than Russia, and more than any country. You have killed it. You're so far ahead. It's like double, triple triple, and you have the audacity to go after China. China, one of the most peaceful countries on the planet. They've never. I can't think. I might be wrong. You tell me a war that China started, and I can tell you five that America have started just bang right now. You tell me one that China started. China's the evil. They have, okay, in America you have 2 million prisoners. I think 1.95 of those is for totally non-violent, non-risk to the community offences. So that's about, I think it's 97 point something percent of the people in prison in America are there for financial related, for being poor. They put people in jail for being poor. So where's the slavery thing? Well, when you're in jail, you're basically a slave. They pay you nothing, and you're working for companies like the Gap, for telemarketing agencies and things like that. So if there's such a risk, it's such a harmful thing to society, but they can make things for the Gap and look at a little bit of fluff on my eyebrow. They can make things for the Gap, and they can make things for they can call people outside the prison and do surveys, do marketing and stuff on the telephone. That's how dangerous they are. They're allowed contact with outside, ring people up. That's how dangerous they are. No, they're slaves. I hate to say it, America, you have done the worst thing possible. You have made a slave trade again in your country. I can't believe it. Dead set. What did they want to do in the bushfires? The fires in they wanted the prisoners out fighting the fires. Okay. When you are sentenced to prison, that's your punishment there. Your punishment is the time in prison away from public. Okay? You're the guys that are cruel and inhuman punishment. The loss of liberty, okay, is the punishment. It's not prison with slavery added. So here's 10 years and to be a slave to the Gap, or the slave to Levi Jeans, or a slave to some other big fucking ass company pricks. So your loss of freedom is your punishment. You're not an indentured servant. You're not a slave. Well, I suppose you are. In America, you have 2 million slaves. You have found a way to bring back slavery in your country. $1 a day, $2 a day, something like that. The prisoners are paid. I think it might even be $7, $8 a day. I don't know, but it's come on. That's not slavery. And there are actual companies now fighting for their right to exploit these people, fighting for the right to exploit these people. They're people, they're prisoners, okay, but they're people, and they're being exploited. Slavery. Congratulations. Going backwards, America, somehow. Okay, yeah. This is a bad one. This is probably my worst one. When I found out this is what made my digging a bit easier, because when I found this out, I really disliked the guy. He's a horrible person. Okay, I know he didn't get you into Afghanistan. He had 8 years to get you out. Okay? He had 8 years to get you out. Trump tried, but the industrial war machine, no way. So I can't really have a go at him, Afghanistan, because you've been there 21 years and it's not really his fault. But Libya was fine. It wasn't a great country, but it was a fine country to live in before Obama came to power. Now there are slave markets on the streets in the cities in Libya. Slave markets. They've gone back to the Stone Age. They actually did bomb them to the Stone Age. 7 countries, 7 Muslim majority countries. They dropped 26,000 bombs on Syria in such a short time. They ran out of bombs. And these bombing attacks, which Assange, that's why they got so fired up with Assange, because he actually pointed out what their attacks do. They're so bad. 90% civilian deaths. 90%. So they drop a bomb. 9 out of 10 people they kill are just people. Imagine if you were in a country. America, you Americans, you wonder why people in the world hate you so much. If you go to sleep one night and you wake up the next morning, your whole family's been killed by a bomb that's been dropped in the middle of the night, a drone strike. You just know one thing: it came from America. That's what you know. Of course, you hate the person who killed your family. 9 out of 10. Why? What? What threat does Syria pose you in America? What threat did Libya pose to you in America? What threat does Yemen pose to you in America? For that, okay, what threat does Iran pose to you in America? Zero. Now, I don't want to get into the whole Israeli Arab thing in the whole thing. That's not Obama's business, but it's not Obama's business. They dropped so many bombs, they ran out of bombs. America ran out of bombs, bombing these 7 Muslim majority countries. And Libya. Just look how Gaddafi was killed. And if you want your world to become like that, like Obama wanted his world to be, the guy's evil guy. Like Trump's just stupid. Obama, he was evil. I've written here his economic policy. His economic policy was always to favour the elites. Always. He was never a Main Street guy. He was always a Wall Street in their pocket. He's just exploiting. He's very glib about the exploitation of people. He came with such high hopes, such a mandate for change, for positive change in the country, and all he was just another corporate president. I seriously don't think you've had a good president since ever. No, I don't know. Well, JFK, I don't know. Maybe I heard he was pretty good, but I like Jimmy Carter. If you look back, this guy sold his peanut farm because he didn't want the conflict of interest, and you got Trump running his bloody empire from the White House. Different times, I suppose. But I like Jimmy Carter. He's still alive too. Hi, Jimmy, if you're there. So, how did we get Trump in 2020? Well, I can tell you why. Obama was voted in with the mandate to make things good for people, for normal people, not just the 1% at the top in Wall Street. Like, I'm sure they have a great life, but here's no, this is a Trump. This is a Trumpism if ever I heard one. I know. This is what he says when he's cheating at golf. I cheat on my wife. I cheat on my taxes. You don't think I'm going to cheat at golf on my own course? You gotta love that guy. I sort of get what you mean. Now he's out of power. He's not funny. He's a disgusting orange fucking freak. I don't like him at all, but yeah, I sort of see it. Whereas Barack Obama, such a nice guy. No, evil motherfucker. Horrible man. Okay, his seeds. He sowed the seeds that would eventually give us Donald Trump, the populist fascist president. Climate change did nothing. Police brutality just went through the roof under his presidency. He sowed the seeds for George George Floyd and all the protests, Black Lives Matter and all that that happened. So you can trace it back to him. The endless wars. During his time, 7 wars, as I said, against Muslim majority countries that he started in his term. 7 new wars. 7 new wars. They killed 90% innocent people and running out of bombs. Now, if you don't think any of the other stuff is bad that I've mentioned, I think that's pretty bad. Like, if you applied, it's funny, but if you applied the same the rules that they used in The Hague after this World War II as like war crimes, Bush, Obama, and I think it was just Bush and Obama would both be hung. And Obama definitely would be hung as a war criminal for killing 9 out of 10 innocent people every time a bomb is dropped. 9 out of 10. That's crazy. That's crazy collateral damage things. If you had anything that said, look, mate, well, I can fix your cockroach problem, but we'll kill 1 out of 10. Or that's a silly one, but you know what I mean. 9 out of 10. It's pretty fucking bad, eh? Okay. Genocide. So endless wars, genocide. Nearly everything that we are dealing with right now. Okay. His bank deregulation, like just didn't bring that Glass-Steagall in when he could have. Didn't regulate the banks at all, like he could have. America, you could own those banks. You could now be the owner of the banks. Your government could be the owner of the banks. They could have said, okay, we'll bail you out, but this is the thing, this is the stipulation. We own now 51% of that fucker. Nah, here, have the money. Make sure you pay your top guys first, and what's left over, maybe give it to the dregs. Yeah, guy's bad, man. He was bad. He didn't care. He didn't care about you. Didn't care about the man on the street. Didn't care about anyone. Wall Street banker, love ya. Normal guy on the street wouldn't spit on you if you're on fire. The prick. And the seed, yes. And the seeds were planted then. And we all just thought he was just a nice guy. Because he got me. I had no idea. I was watching one and watching another. Thank you, Jimmy Dore. Sam Cedar, get over it with Jimmy Dore, because Jimmy Dore's pretty fiery progressive, and that's what we need. We don't need weak, limp-wristed faggots anymore being progressives. If you're going to be a progressive now, you need to strike. You need to do something, because it's just going to be like this forever. The corporates have such a stranglehold on the democracy at the moment. Nothing will ever change. The only way to change it is to actually change it. So on that good note, good note. I don't know if there was a good note, but anyway, peace out, and I'll speak to you next time. Goodbye.